Beef tagliata, a Tuscan classic. In this video, we make this famous Italian steak by pan-searing it to perfection. It's a tagliata that will be every bit as good as those cooked on the grill. We'll share all the tricks and secrets as well as the mistakes to avoid when making the Italian tagliata on the pan. For the cut, we need the strip. This strip, or controfiletto in Italian, is of Chianina cow. This steak is about an inch and a half thick, a little over a pound. It's important that the meat has been aged for at least 3 weeks, 4 even better, like this one. The classic cooking method of the Tuscan Tagliata, which means sliced in Italian, is on the grill, a wood-fire grill. Today, however, we will cook it in a pan. And if you meticulously prepare your steak using the steps we are showing you, your steak should be delicious as well. The first thing we need to do is generously salt the steak and let it rest in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. This is essential. Let me explain why. When we add the salt, the juices from the meat will be attracted towards the surface, where the salt is, by a process called osmolarity. But as the time passes, and the salt distributes inside the strip, the juices will also redistribute and a new osmotic balance will be reached. That means if we wait a couple of hours after salting before putting the steak on the grill, we'll only lose a tiny bit of juice, if any. Here it is. Done. We now wrap our steak in plastic and we put it in the fridge for 2 hours. After 2 hours, we take it out of the fridge and let the steak rest at room temperature for half an hour to rebalance the temperature before cooking it. This is also important, as we'll see later. In the meantime, let's prepare our sauces. We will accompany our tagliata with a demi-glace flavored with balsamic vinegar and an olive oil infused with arugula. For all the details on how to make these sauces, watch the extended version of this video that you will find in the section reserved for subscribers. There, you can follow us step by step during the preparation of this dish. Here is the meat. As you can see, very little juice was lost. We've brought the steak back to room temperature. This is also very important. Never cook the meat cold. Remove this piece here, which we could use in a stew, this strip of fat, and the rest goes in the pan. To pan-sear a steak, a fillet, or any piece of meat, and have an excellent result, you need the right pan for the job. You need a thick pan, 2 mm if not more, and made of either cast iron or carbon steel, commonly called iron, but it is a 1% carbon alloy, like this one. These pans conduct very well and hold the heat just as well. All this translates into an above all fast cooking time for our pan-seared steak, with a quick Maillard reaction and limited loss of juice and flavors. Here we will reach temperatures above 660 Fahrenheit without the pan deforming at all. The other important thing is choosing the right cooking fat for searing the steak. Clarified butter is the fat of choice. It has a high smoke point, about 480 Fahrenheit. It does not burn. It does not produce pyrolysis of carbohydrates or proteins because it has none. Look at the perfect seasoning of this pan. Butter.
Ci siamo. Cottura rapida. Morte rapida e indolore.
The pan is seriously hot. In goes the steak. First side. Very important not to touch it. It will detach by itself once the searing is complete. I'll start a timer so you can see how fast the cooking is. And to see us cooking the steak in real time, watch the extended version of this video. See, it comes off by itself. And we flip it. Another knob of butter. a little basting on the surface.
Vedete quanto è veloce la cottura?
Now let's sear the sides of the steak quickly and it's ready. Here we are. Perfect. It's forbidden to cut it now, under penalty of losing the juices. This is because now they're all towards the center of the meat and it takes a few minutes for the juices to redistribute. So we leave it like this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes if we manage to resist the temptation, covered. And in the meantime, let's keep the dishes warm, keep the plates at about 120 Fahrenheit, and we deglaze the pan with a demi-glace we made earlier. The smell it gives off is insane. Now let's add the balsamic vinegar, the good one, this one you see here, from 1991, imagine that. Let it reduce and from the stock will come our balsamic glaze.
Vale.
A quick filter. Degrease. Fast degrease by gravity. Perfect. It's time to slice the steak to make it tagliata. I haven't even mentioned it to you. Too obvious perhaps, but this is the right way to serve a Tuscan tagliata in Italy. Rare. Serving a more cooked steak is heretical in Tuscany. For the thickness of the slices, this is a fairly common thickness. It really depends on your taste. You can make it thinner, carpaccio style, or thicker. Man, look at this, they look like tiles of dominoes. Beautiful. And the scent is divine. Speaking of wine, Chianti Classico, Nobile di Montepulciano, Brunello di Montalcino. These are the classic combinations. To them I would also add a Sagrantino if you want an even more tannic glass of wine. Time to plate. A bed of arugula, Parmigiano shavings, and arugula flavored oil. Our tagliata. The balsamic glaze. And buon appetito! Off to the heaven you go! But before that, don't forget to subscribe to Piatto Recipes, to click on the bell, and let us know in the comments how you pan-sear your steak at home.